I have my first snow bat for Friday's storm as winter weather alerts come on in. It's meteorologist Joe Martucci. Good to be with you here. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect for inland ocean, inland Atlantic, and all of Cumberland counties on Friday for nuisance level snow. But here's the thing. I think for some of us, we're talking about more than that as we go into our Friday. Let's talk about what we had today quickly. It was cold, no doubt about it. Wind chills in the single digits this morning. Air temperatures for highs only in the mid to upper 20s. Cape May, the warm spot, even there was 28 degrees, 10 to 20 degrees below the average for this time of the year. And that cold air will in part help set up what we're going to see on Friday. Now on social media, I said there's three scenarios at play. It all has to do with how strong this low pressure system is and which way it moves. Now, more than likely, the low pressure system is going to take a track from southwest to northeast, like we see in scenario one. Scenario one is light snow for all of us here. Similar to what we saw on Monday night, it's just longer, and we don't see that icing threat like we had yesterday here. Scenario two, exact same track of the low pressure system, but there is an area of some lower pressure on the western side of the main low pressure system. We call it a northern trough. We'll talk about that plenty in the next 48 hours. That brings an area of heavy snow somewhere in here. Not sure if it's going to be in the central part of the state, southern part of the state, or the Delmarva, but somewhere here. That's a 50% chance. And then a 10% chance is that classic nor'easter track going more south to north here. In that scenario, it's a heavy mix of rain and snow from, let's say, Toms River on south, but as you make your way inland to Bridgeton, or Jackson Township, or Hamilton, it's a heavier snow. This is unlikely, 10% chance, but just something in the realm of possibility. Let's get you to that futurecast. So this is 5 a.m. on Friday. Precipitation begins 3 to 6. When it's heavier, it falls as snow. When it's lighter, it falls as rain, because what's happening is the heavier precipitation is dragging down some of that colder air to the surface, flipping it from rain to snow. So we'll see that as we go into the morning commute, which should be largely light snow. So I don't think the morning commute's all that treacherous. As we go into the midday here, you start to see that mixing line right along the shore and from Atlantic City on south to Cape May. It's going to be flip-flopping throughout the day. As we go into the afternoon, that's when some heavier snow comes as what we call a northern trough sets up, or more than likely sets up. This is an area of relatively lower pressure on the western side of the parent low where winds are converging. So winds are coming from the north here, they're coming from the south here, and where they meet up, this forecast model is saying pretty much Route 40, you get some heavier snow. Snowfall totals, or rates I should say, snowfall rates of 1 inch per hour or more as we go into Friday evening. And if you have flights Friday evening, if you were going to go on the roads Friday evening, that is unfortunately not the time to do so. That's when the worst of the storm's going to be. This is kind of a backloaded storm where the most significant impacts will be at the end of it here. Now, as we get towards midnight, it's pretty much wrapping up with this snowfall, and then we're just dry as we go into the rest of our Saturday. But it is going to be darn cold out there, colder than what we had today when you factor in the wind chills. Here's a look at the snow forecast. So most of the state is 2 to 4, but you see this yellow here, locally 6. Somewhere from maybe the AC Expressway, could be Route 40, on north to generally Interstate 80, could get this northern trough with some heavier snow here. Now we'll take you down into South Jersey, show you what's happening here. You do see Middle Township on over to about Atlantic City or so. That would be 1 to 2 inches of snow here, lower amounts. 2 to 4 pretty much anywhere here, and the possibility for 6. That is my forecast for now. We will update as we go into Thursday, probably midday or afternoon. Northern part of the state 2 to 4, but again, south of about Route 80 or so, you could see up to 6 depending on where this northern trough sets up. Let's show you what you can expect again on our futurecast with our temperatures. You see that we are getting up into the mid-30s as we go into our Thursday here, and then we're talking about a dry day. So Thursday is dry. Here's a look at our forecast gusts. This is from the graph model here. You're going to see gusts kick up, as we go into Friday, but nothing too significant. Gusts going to stay below 40 miles an hour as we go into Friday and Friday night. But Saturday during the day, still going to stay gusty with gusts 30 to 40. So when you have air temps in the mid to upper 20s, gusts 30 to 40, your wind chills are going to be in the single digits for most of the day here. Let's take a look at that tidal flooding forecast. One round of tidal flooding, likely early Saturday. The susceptible bayside roads are flooding, little to no property damage. This is not going to be like what we saw last Saturday here. Here's our forecasted wind chills as we go forward in time. Wind chills on Friday in the 20s, so not bad, not bad when it's snowing out, but watch what happens as we go into Saturday morning. Single digits across the area here with the winds, with the air temperatures, wind chills staying below 15 degrees pretty much all day long. And you see some negative digits as we go into Saturday night and into early on Sunday here. Here's a look at our inland 7-day forecast. So what happens after Friday? It's cold. It's cold and breezy. Both Saturday and Sunday, not a good recipe for staying warm here. Wind chills are going to be below 20 degrees most of the weekend. But there is a warm up here, warming trend as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it does look to be pretty dry as well here. So we are getting out of the depths of winter for a little bit of a January thaw as we go into next week. Well, full details for you on our website, pressofac.com/weather. We have a full forecast update for you right there